to Daffodils CDC YouTube channel. This is Dr. Punjagutta. Today I would like to discuss on highlight on the role of playgroups in children who are suspected for autism spectrum disorders or in children who are diagnosed with ASD. Many of the parents keeps telling me or keeps inquiring saying that does the playgroups really help these children in order to get socialization or in order to develop the language and communication. So this is, I think from long we have a myth that children has to be with their own peer group or the own age group so that the skills will develop automatically because they get an opportunity to see the children doing particular task or asking for help, and then we think that even our children will start imitating from them. These observations definitely hold true for a normally developing kids or a typically developing children. Because a normal child will always interact with the environment, they try to observe what's happening and then that's how they learn things. So that's how you and me also have learned the things, whether it's language or the behavior or the social skills. But then when it comes to children who are into the spectrum or who are at risk of developing autism spectrum disorders, what happens, the major thing in them is they lose the connect from the environment. Generally, these children are so self-centric. They try to do things as per their brain or as per what their will and wishes. But the main difference is they lose the connect from the environment. That means they won't observe things, what's happening around them. When the child is at that stage, definitely they need someone or the one-on-one education is very important to them. So they need one of the parent or a therapist or a caregiver to sit with them and then start focusing on the basic activities, just like listening to our commands and just picking an activity, completing the activity and then saying finish. That's the basic thing which a child has to learn. So in India especially, what we are doing is we are just following the older myths, thinking of sending the child to the school and then the kid will eventually develop. But what happens when the child still needs a one-on-one support? If you put them in a group scenario where there would be one teacher, one daya and at least a minimum of 8 to 10 kids in any given playgroup. So what happens in it? The teacher definitely can't go and do a one-on-one education to the child. And these children, what would they do? They either would go and choose one particular activity and then sit in a corner and they would be happy with it, or else they would be roaming around the classroom. And it's not even right on the parent side to expect teacher to come and sit with our child and then interact with them or make them play with the other children. It's not possible in a playgroup. So I want all the parents to remember this key point that when a child needs a one-on-one education, first provide it. And once the child learns those skills, once the child is ready to be in the group, that would be the right time for you to shift to the playgroups. So in order to develop the socialization, the best thing you can do as a parent is take them down to your apartments, take them down in the community area and you stay there, try interacting with the other children. That's how we can push our child a bit more, and as an adult we can even attract the other child to come and play with our kids. Isn't it? It's easy to as adults it's easy for us to maintain 2 children. But then as a teacher, it's definitely going to be difficult for them to maintain a group of kids and to focus on one particular child. And as these children doesn't have the communication intent, nor the connect with the environment, that means their observation skills are poor. So whatever the other children does in the playgroup, they might be missing it because they won't observe. Even over there, they tend to sit at one place and play with their favorite activity, or they will roam around. And the maximum they would enjoy is the rhyme time. Okay, thank you so much. If you have further queries, please post it in our comment box. Thank you.